Nice, nice. Welcome everybody to another Ash Wednesdays. I'm your host, Ash Taylor. My wonderful husband, Chris, over here shredding away on the guitar. I think Chris said, let me play all the cool bends all in a couple bars. I love that. It was a lot of fun. Let's see what we got going on over here today. See who we got watching. If you guys can hear and see us okay, comment down below. Let us know what you're up to. Let's see here. We got Miss Sherry in the house, Nevada Pup. She says, I am all ready for some with music notes and guitars. Well, good. You have come to the right place. We don't have a shortage of that stuff over here, do we?
Not around here.
No. Sherry, I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for tuning in. We also got Miss Evelyn in the house. She says, hello, friends. Hello.
Speaking of Miss Evelyn.
Look at that. Your friendship bracelet.
There we go.
Love it. I love it. Evelyn, you are a sweetheart. Tell Carl we said hello as well. 22Q Cat is here. She says, it's Ash Wednesdays. It sure is. If you guys don't know, we go live every single Wednesday. Unless we don't because we're traveling or, something weird happens. But every Wednesday, 7 Central, 8 Eastern, we are here live on Facebook and YouTube. So if you're free, please come join the fun. It's always a blast. Lynn, we're so happy you're here. We got Barbara Castor in the house. Hello to you. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for being here. There's my girl. Auntie's here. Hi, Auntie. So good. Hope you're doing okay and you're feeling all right. Mr. Sean Bradley is in the house. What's up, Sean? Glad you're here. Hope you guys are all doing well. Mar's watching over on Facebook. That's our friend from Brazil. Hi, Mar. Hope you're doing all right. Mar says, great song. Well, thank you, my dear friend. Addicted to Antlers is here. Says, good evening, everyone. Good evening to you. Hope you're doing A-okay. Cindy DeManch says, that is the best countdown. Hey, good thing. We are always trying to up our game over here. So we made a countdown video, and at the end of this live stream, when I hit end, it should take you to a nice little outro video. So we just like to have fun. I feel like that's a lot more interesting for people, I don't know, than just going live and you see us trying to figure out what we're doing and struggling. Speaking of going live, Chris and I may look like we're okay, but I ain't gonna lie to you guys. Our dog Mel, our puppy, is right down here at my feet. 10 seconds before I went live, this dog totally farted, and my eyes are welling up with tears. I mean, she literally just cleared the room, and she didn't even wake up. She's still down here sleeping, but oh my gosh.
Heartless.
I was like, that's cruel, Mel. You know that we're sitting here for like the next hour, and you just, you know what? You gotta love dogs. Gotta love them. Carrie is in the house from California. Hello, Carrie. Hope you're doing well. Glad that you're here. Lynn says, the blue guitar. I know you play that one just for me. I think I should probably name this guitar Lynn. Probably. Maybe we'll rename it. It's just for you, Lynn. Just for you. To be honest, I was playing another guitar just a second ago that is back over here. I don't think you guys can see it in the camera, but I picked it up, and I think because of the change in weather here in Nashville, it was like 30 degrees, 20 degrees below freezing for, oh gosh, the past week and a half. And then yesterday and today, it's in the 70s. It's like total spring weather. It's sunny and it's beautiful. So I love when that happens. However, that guitar does not like that. So I could not get my other guitar to stay in tune. So we pulled out Old Faithful. Just because I find that guitars that are in tune sound better. Just a personal preference.
Generally speaking.
We try here, raising the bar. Stacy and Ken are in the house. They say hello, sweet friends. Well, hello to you. I hope you guys are doing well. We have Miss Janelle here. She says hello, everyone. Hello, Janelle. I hope you're doing A-okay today. Let's see here. Y'all are busy in this chat. I love it. Lots of people saying hello to each other. Janelle, you're awesome. She says, I think Ash needs some more thumbs up. Does it do it? Maybe? Maybe not? Yeah, there it goes. Awesome. Yeah, if you guys are watching, feel free to just go below the video, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube, hit the thumbs up, share it with your friends, share it on your feed, let people know we're here. It's no extra cost or anything to you. However, it does tell the algorithm on both YouTube and Facebook, hey, I really think this video is cool and I think other people would like it.
Yeah.
So great helpful way if you can that would help support Chris and I, and we so appreciate it. Carrie says, woohoo, pick it, Chris. I agree. He was picking it. He was getting it. Easy peasy keto. Stacey and Ken say, it's always so good to visit with all of you. What a great time here. Well, thank you. We really enjoy being here. And honestly, I was telling Chris think it was just yesterday that I was really looking forward to going live tonight, because we're usually here every Wednesday, but we haven't been here for 2 weeks because we've had shows and some other cool things pop up, and so we haven't been able to go live. So I'm so happy to be here tonight and to kind of get things back on track. So thank you. We're glad you're here. If you didn't show up, it wouldn't be near as fun. So let's see here. Here's our good friend, Mr. Roberto. He's watching from Miami, Florida. He says, love the music. Well, thank you, my friend. I am so glad that you are here, and hopefully you are doing well. Appreciate you. My in-laws are in the house. Mama and Papa Delisle are here. Hello. Hope you guys are doing okay. Man, you guys are awesome. Y'all are social little butterflies. Mar says, amazing job with a bunch of clapping hands. Well, thank you, Mar. My big brother is in the house, Mr. Brandon Box. He says, Ash Wednesdays, get me through my week. Thanks, Chris and Ash. Well, thank you, big brother. We love you. I get to, I don't want to brag, I actually get to go see my big brother here the first week of April. We were talking about it a couple weeks ago, but if you don't know, we're actually going to be flying to California and playing a show in Bakersfield, my hometown, at the Haggard Boxcar Festival. So tickets and more info is on my website. While I'm in town, though, I get to see my mom for a whole weekend. I may get to see Auntie in person. Not that I'm excited about that. That's going to be awesome. But my big brother and his wonderful girlfriend, Nicole, are actually going to come meet us and get some dinner together. So yeah, I get to hang out with family. I get to play some country music. I get to be home in Bakersfield for a couple of days. I mean, what's not to love about that, right?
Absolutely.
And it's good stuff, good stuff. Well, love you, big brother. Glad you're here. Janelle says, mighty fine picking and strumming. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. Let's see. Jeffrey Cox says, hello, amazing souls. Chris and Ash, finally relaxing to a live stream after a huge T-bone steak. Amazing guitar work. Well, thank you, man. I'm glad that you are here. And a T-bone steak sounds really good right now. I bet.
Always in the mood for a steak.
Get me hungry. Get me hungry. Well, hey, we are glad that you are here. Thank you for being here and tuning in. I know you're a hardworking man, so hopefully you get to kick back, relax, enjoy the show, and have some fun. Janelle says, pretty earrings, Ash. Well, thank you so much, Janelle. I could be wrong, but I actually think it was my in-laws that bought these in an earring set for me for Christmas. So thank you so much. I like earrings, like the big dangly kind of stuff, so I always love wearing that kind of stuff.
She likes to pretend she's a tree.
Yeah, I think I do. I mean, I'm tall, so I think I can get away with it. When you're like 5'11" and a female, like, you can't really wear heels, but you can wear dangly earrings. Like, you can get away with it. Carl's in the house. What's up, Carl? He says, hello, y'all. Y'all is the right type of language here at Ash Wednesday, so glad you're here, Carl. Oh no, Auntie says, I had physical therapy on Monday. It wasn't as torturous as last time. That's a plus. Well, at least it's getting better.
Improvements.
Yeah, I would think that's probably a good sign if you're showing up and it's not as bad as it was before. So good. Glad you're doing better. Nancy Tanner is in the house. Says, good evening, Chris and Ash. Well, hello, Nancy. Hope you're doing well. The wonderful Cindy DeManch is here. We got Dale 38S, which now I know is Brian, and that he must be a Dale Earnhardt fan.
Yes.
Figured that out. I put it together.
Cindy and Guinea Pig are both here.
Yep, absolutely. Glad you guys are here. Hope Max is doing okay too. Give him some love. 22Q Cat says, OMG Mel. Yeah, OMG Mel is right, Lynn. She's freaking tearing up the whole room, man.
I don't know if OMG was exactly a strong enough word for what we were wanting to say.
Dude, literally, like, I was trying to, like, play guitar, and it's like I could feel my eyes watering, my throat burning. I was like, this dog totally just farted, and, like, it's a small room. There's no fans in here, because if we run the fan, like, you guys will hear it. So it's like, we're stuck. We're stuck in a dog fart, man. Carrie says, hi, Carrie. Janelle says, LOL, dog farts. Yeah, that's my dog, man. That's my dog. Edwin is here. He's watching on Facebook. He said, love the catchy name. Well, thank you, my friend. I think I'm honestly just a big kid and I like jokes and puns. So I guess Ash Wednesdays is fun. So glad you...
Punny.
It's punny. It may not be funny. It's punny. There you go. Well, Edwin, we are so glad you're here. Thank you so much for watching. Look at our good buddy Josh in the house. Josh, what's up, my friend? Thank you so much for tuning in. Hope that you are doing well. I'll tell you what, guys, Facebook may be giving YouTube a run for the money. We got lots watching on Facebook, so glad you guys are here. Mars giving us some rock-ons. Love to hear from this guy, Mr. Robert O'Neill. What's up, Robert? He says, hey, Robert in Fort Wayne at the piano. Almost missed you. Well, hey, man, no good. Hopefully your writing is going well and you're writing a good song, my friend, but it's always good to hear from you. Roberto says that he's enjoying every minute. Well, good, my friend. Happy to hear that. Let's see. Oh, and this is awesome. Hello, Dale38S. So, Brian, happy early birthday. So, his birthday is Sunday. Happy early birthday, my friend.
Yes, indeed.
He's going to be 29.
That's right.
I know. Well, that's really good, man. Happy birthday to you. That's exciting. Hopefully, you're going to do something fun to celebrate. Oh, Auntie talking about my Bakersfield show. She says, woohoo, guess who else is going? Auntie. And we're looking forward to it. You got lots of hugs in your future, and I'm so excited. Let's see here. Evelyn says, I have to contradict that Carl. It's hello all y'all. Y'all is singular. It's true, but
fair point.
Yeah, at least he's not trying to use exact proper grammar in English on this show. It just doesn't fly. I say ain't like 40 times in probably a day, so we'll work on him. It's all good. Auntie says just Mel making herself known. Yeah, that's one way.
I'm surprised you all can't smell.
Yeah, dude, it probably is seeping through the camera. All I think is this dog may need to go sleep downstairs tonight. That's all I'm saying. She's killing me.
We got a little fenced-in back patio. Should be all right down out there.
If she keeps smelling up the room like that, yeah, she might. Light a candle, do something. My eyes are still burning, man.
Mine are too.
Yeah. Lacey is here. She says, good evening, Ash and Chris. My first Ash Wednesdays.
Glad you're
welcome. Here. Welcome. We are so excited that you are here. It's always good to see new friends pop in. So Lacey, welcome. And yeah, like we were saying, if you guys don't know, we go live just about every single Wednesday at 7 Central, 8 Eastern. And it's a lot of fun. We play some music. We pick some guitars. We talk about what we got going on, just kind of hang out, chat with you guys. The first Wednesday of every month. So we're just at the end of February. So next Wednesday is actually going to be, I believe that would be Wednesday the 5th. That is actually going to be a cool live stream because we do a giveaway the first Wednesday of every month.
Absolutely.
So if you guys tune in next Wednesday, we're going to have a little special something to go ahead and give away. But yeah, welcome. Well, cool. Really quick before I forget, I wanted to share with you guys some cool stuff. Before I forget, because one, I just spilled water all over myself. Welcome to a live stream, unedited. But we have a lot of really cool things that have happened over the past couple of weeks, and so we just thought we'd tell you guys some cool stuff that we got going on. We're really excited about it, and some things we just wanted to share. And I hate to cheat, but like I said, I'm old and I forget things, so here's my little post-it notes. So we wanted to let you guys know we actually announced, so I'm in the process. I have about 30 pending show dates. I have a lot of booking and stuff and all that I'm working on. However, we were able to go ahead and post on my website and announce 2 different shows. And so I wanted to make this known in case we might be coming close by and just see if you guys wanted to pop in for a show. So the first one is on Wednesday, May 21st. We are actually going to be playing the legendary Blue Plate Special in Knoxville, Tennessee. We got to play this last year and the year before, so we kind of play this once a year, it seems. Really great. It's a free show. It's held in the Visitor Center downtown Knoxville. What's really cool, though, the show starts at noon, I believe. Mm-hmm. And what's really cool is there's a live studio audience, but on top of that, they actually do radio, they do television, and so you kind of get to see a show live and in person, but also taped and put out on the World Wide Web and all kinds of stuff. If you're not able to join us in Knoxville, Tennessee, they also live stream the show live on their website. So when it gets closer, we'll put out more info. But if you're in the East Tennessee area, come join us Wednesday, May 21st for Knoxville, Tennessee. And you can find all the info and all the rest of the show dates down at ashtaylor.com on my website. You'll see a tour tab at the top. You just click that and it gives you all the dates that we've announced thus far. We also are going to be playing a couple days later, Friday, May 23rd, which is actually our wedding anniversary. Who knew? How fitting that we'd be playing a show on our wedding anniversary.
Pretty normal.
And we're going to be playing the Unleashed and Unplugged House Concert Series over in Richmond, Virginia. So for our Virginia peeps, we'll be playing a house concert there. I am really excited about this one. It's gonna be a blast, honestly. So we're gonna be traveling up there to Virginia, playing a house concert show. It's a house concert, however, it is open to the public. So if you're in the Virginia area and you would like more details about that and how it all works, it's really meant to be a very intimate but very fun, very different concert experience. There's some great folks up there that have a beautiful, beautiful home. They're opening up their home to us, and they have brought in myself and other musicians through the years that come in quarterly and put on these massive concerts.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited to be a part of it, and I cannot wait. So again, go to ashtaylor.com and you'll find all the details about that show, how it works. But yeah, mark it on your calendars. I can't wait. So it's going to be a good time. I've actually never done a house concert before, but I wanted to do one, so it's my first one, and I don't think we could possibly do it with bigger and better people, honestly. So It's going to be great. Plus, it's our wedding anniversary. We get to play some music on our wedding anniversary. Can't beat it. Can't beat it. Something else really cool that I wanted to share with you guys. Why it's all in the brain. We had a really cool thing happen. You know, I mainly kind of push my music to Spotify and kind of like different things like that. I don't really try to pursue country radio a lot because I don't have millions and millions of dollars to compete with people that do. And when you kind of understand a lot about the industry and how country radio works, it can be really hard, I think, to kind of break into that market and that field. And so I usually just try not to worry about it. However, we ended up not going live last Wednesday because we had a couple of really cool different things pop up, all good, all positive. We had a lot of different offers coming in. We had all kinds of things. And one of the things, I can't say everything at the moment, but one thing that we wanted to share is we actually had a radio station in Fargo, North Dakota actually reach out. It is 95.9 KRFF. And they do a show there on their station called This Side of the Country. And it's a major syndicated radio station. I mean, they play all the hits, all the classics. It's a huge country station. They do all kinds of stuff. They're on concerts. I mean, they're amazing. They do all kinds of stuff. But a very big time radio station. They've even been nominated for like CMA Station of the Year and all kinds of awards, stuff like that. But they actually reached out to me, and through the powers of social media, they actually discovered my new single, Stuck on Indiana. And they loved it. And so they reached out, and they are going to be having me on their radio station this Friday. So that would be February 28th at 10:30 a.m. That's Central Time. If you're in the Fargo area and about, I think they also transmit to a couple other states as well. You can catch my interview live on air on the radio. It's going to be super awesome. If not, I'm sure they're going to be posting it online afterwards. So I get the opportunity though as an independent artist to go on and to have an interview on a major syndicated radio program, which is a very, very big deal. That's huge. The other cool thing is the program director there liked my single so much that they've actually gone ahead and started putting that song into rotation. So if you're driving through North and South Dakota, maybe somewhere close by, and you're listening to KRFF 95.9, you may just hear Stuck on Indiana coming through your radio speakers. So I was blown away that they would do that. That's very kind. It doesn't benefit radio stations to play independent artists, like whatsoever. So this is a purely like, I just really like your song and I'd like to help you out. So it was a big deal. It was a big honor. So I'll be doing that this Friday, and I'm just very excited, very blessed. So we wanted to just kind of fill you guys in and share that news with you. And I'm sure you'll see more too, stuff we pop up on social media and stuff we share. But it's been a busy week, 2 weeks, I guess. And we've been working really hard on stuff, and always nice when things like that happen and you go, this is why I work 12 hours a day every day. This is awesome, you know? So it's pretty exciting. So let's see. How do you feel about that, Mr. Delisle? You feeling?
I'm feeling good. We're going to be busy.
Yeah, which is good. If you know Chris and I, that just keeps us out of trouble. That's really all that it is. Let's see here. I lost my place in the questions, but don't worry, I'm a professional. I got this. Let's see. So Evelyn says, so are you going live next Wednesday, which is Ash Wednesday? It should be Ash Wednesday squared.
That's right.
Yes, Evelyn, I will be going live next Wednesday, the actual Ash Wednesday. It can get kind of confusing. But yes, we will be live next Wednesday, 7 Central, 8 Eastern. And we'll be live. We'll still be hanging out with you guys, playing some music, doing our thing. However, we're also going to be doing a giveaway because on top of being Ash Wednesdays, the actual Ash Wednesdays, it's also the first Wednesday of the month. So therefore, we do a giveaway. So yeah, tune in next Wednesday and hopefully you guys might be able to win something. So yeah. Cool. Sean says, we're going to try to be there in Richmond looking at getting the time off. Awesome. Well, yeah, Sean, if you guys can, fantastic. If not, don't worry about it. We're also going to be playing in North Carolina. I believe it's Wake Forest, North Carolina, on August 22nd. I know you said that was pretty close to you guys, so if you can make that, cool, but no pressure, but we love you guys. I mean, we're always happy to see you. We're also going to be playing in Ohio in September as well, and like I said, we got so many pending tour dates. If you saw my email right now, you'd be like, oh, girl, go answer some emails, go do something. So it's good stuff. Oh, this is awesome. Jeffrey Cox says, I will come to Richmond and give you 2 planetonic non-creepy hugs if you let me, 1 hour away. So I'm a big hugger. You should know that. I just hug everybody. So I would love a hug, and I would love to meet you in person. I think, Chris and I would be, we would be so excited. Jeffrey, there's like all the info on my website for that show. Mark it on your calendar, and we're going to be posting more about that probably after the 1st of April when it gets a bit closer. But oh my gosh, I'm excited. But yeah, we would love to see you there. Lacey has an amazing question. She says, Ash, do you ever get stage fright? Lacey, thank you for the great question. That's a really good one. When I first started out, yes, of course. Like, I think everybody gets it. But Chris and I were actually just talking about this on another live stream we were doing the other day. I think, like, after you have performed music for, a certain amount of time, you kind of build a lot of muscles. And so even if you get like an adrenaline rush, or even if it's like a high pressure show or whatever, I think over time, like just as you do it more, you get a lot more just confident and comfortable. So even with high pressure shows, I really don't get stage fright anymore. Like, I cannot tell you the last time I got stage fright. Mm-hmm. I take that back. I do remember. After 2020, I hadn't played a show in like over 2 years because of the pandemic and the lockdown and everything. And so when I finally went and played my very first show back, it was a very small, no pressure show. And my hands were shaking. I was so nervous. And I was like mad at myself because I'm like, what the hell is wrong with me? Like, this is not, and it's, but when you haven't done it in so long and then you go back to it, it's like, oh no. But now that like, we tour and we're kind of constantly doing this. And even if I'm, like here at the house, I do live streams and I do like practice sessions with Chris. We have rehearsals, or a lot of the times like I have to film videos for different people and promo stuff. So I feel like now it's like this muscle is just so well exercised currently that I haven't probably in 3-4 years probably had stage fright. But that's a great question because I know a lot of people talk about like they have a big fear of it. So I don't know if I'm a weirdo, but I just feel like as long as I'm rehearsed and I'm confident, then I really just don't care. It's like I'm very calm even if it's high pressure. So do you get stage fright?
Not really anymore. I think I did at one point, but I think one of the things that's important as a musician is you practice to the point that you're over-practiced. It's like when I teach students to do this, it's like you have to be able to play whatever guitar part you're trying to play, you have to be able to play it faster than you need to. You need to be able to do things from memory better than you think you need to. Because when you step up on stage, there is a heightened sense of people watching you, and it's more pressure, and it is harder to perform what you can do when you're sitting at home by yourself. Yeah. So I think that you get to a point where you're just kind of really used to that adrenaline rush. You're just used to what that feels like, and it's not a big deal. But it is very important for you to understand that when you get up on stage, you're going to have to be overly prepared so that when things naturally happen and it comes backwards from your maximum capability, that you're still capable of doing what you need to in the moment without worrying about it. So it's an over preparation solution.
I also think too, when you do this like day after day, like there have been times on tour where I've had like the stomach flu. Even like today, like Chris and I were talking about it, so it was really cold here in Nashville, and now it's warmed up and things are blooming. So I feel like I sound like I'm smoking cigarettes. But it's like I've done this so much that I know, like, okay, so that means I have a cough drop in my mouth, and here's some water, and like here's these exercises you're gonna do, and you know, it's like you have all these tips and tools on top of just building a muscle that you use daily, where it's like, cool, you know, because I think the other thing too is when you've done this a while, you realize that you never have a perfect situation. Like I have never played a perfect show. I don't think anyone has. Like if you talk to somebody like Prince, Aerosmith, I mean, list any rock star and you go, was that show perfect? They're gonna go, no, it wasn't. I could have done this better. It may be a great show. Maybe the crowd was super into it, maybe whatever, but we all have things where it's like, no one has ever played the perfect show. It's just never happened. And that's, I think, the thing about music, because you're always trying to improve on things. So you just kind of have to show up, be confident in who you are, do what you do, and then just know, okay, next time I'm going to do, that. And so it kind of gets, I think when you have that mindset, all the nerves and the stage fright and like all that stuff, it just kind of doesn't even really matter. It's like, it is what it is. But thank you for the great question. I don't know if you guys know this, but I actually really love when you guys ask questions, because I don't want to sit here and talk about things that are not interesting to you. Like, I don't want to bore you. Okay? Like, I want to ask questions, but, sometimes I feel like I don't know, like, what would be interesting. But Chris and I are we're such open books. And we actually, I had a couple people message me some really cool questions on social media. So we're actually going to be starting a social media kind of like web series, a little segment. So you'll see like little videos start popping up online called Ask Ash. Because I had people literally like message me and they're like, hey, I wanted to ask you this question about blah, 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 blah. And like, who are your biggest influences? What's your favorite guitar? There's all these questions that people actually message and ask me, or they'll comment on something on social media. So we're actually going to start a web series. We filmed the first couple of videos where we're just going to kind of, have you guys comment below on these videos and just like, hey, ask me anything. Like, I'm an open book. But I think it's cool because I kind of get to know you guys more. You get to know me more. I think that's kind of the great thing about music, is it kind of brings people together. So be on the lookout for those videos. But I love when you guys ask questions, and I'm happy to answer any that you may have. So, So thank you, Lacey. Let's see here. Lacey also says, that's awesome. Congratulations. Well, thank you, sweet friend. Auntie says, that's amazing, Ash. Congratulations. Thank you, Auntie. I am very, very humbled by that, and really excited. We'll see what good things come. Yeah. Cindy DeMange says, that's fantastic, Ash. Great news. Thank you, Cindy. And awesome. So Sean Bradley says, great, Jeff. Hope to see you there. Look at that. Man.
Got a crew coming out.
We're going to have Sean and Jeff. Well, maybe Sean and... It's a party. It's a good party. It's a party. I love it. I'm so excited. Holly Springer says, congrats, Ash. So happy for you. Well, thank you, Holly. I appreciate that and hope you're doing A-okay today. 22Q Cat said, very cool for you, Ash. Of course, they loved your song. We all do. Well, thank you. I really appreciate that. You guys have also shown the music video a lot of love. You've shown the song a lot of love. And I think it's really cool. One of the things that the person at this radio station talked about when they found me or whatever is, it's really rare that you find people that actually write songs by themselves. And they said that was one of the things that really impressed him, is the fact that I don't have like 3 other people I wrote the song with, or even just another person. It was just me. He's like, it's pretty impressive. And so I take a lot of pride in that. So it's a compliment to me, I think. And again, muscles that we exercise and build, that clearly gives me a lot of confidence in my songwriting, where it's like, hey, I may know what I'm doing half the time, right?
There you go.
Absolutely. Janelle says, I like good news. Way to go. Janelle, I like good news too. And I tell you what, the more the merrier. So good news is always good news, but thank you, sweet friend. Barbara Castor is here. She says, that's so awesome. Well, thank you, Barbara. I appreciate you. Mar says, nice guitars. Well, thank you, Mar. I appreciate that. I'm sure you probably can't tell Chris and I really like guitars a lot.
Just a little bit.
Just a touch. Sean says, that's so awesome, Ash. Congrats. Thank you, friend. Evelyn's saying congrats. Lynette is here. Hello, beautiful. Hope that you're doing well and that all is okay. Sherry says, that is really awesome, Ash. Well, thank you, Sherry. I am so excited. Carrie says, I'll have to miss next week because it's actually Ash Wednesday. Carrie, no problem at all. You can always go back and watch the replay whenever it's convenient, no pressure, and leave a comment if you do watch the replay whenever you get a chance, and we'll say hi to you there. But I hope you enjoy. Thank you. Sherry says, it makes it better that they contacted you. Yeah, absolutely. You don't... Sometimes I do contact other people, but I think when they contact me, I think that kind of speaks volumes. Mm-hmm. And that's honestly something I really appreciate with the number of people I do reach out to. The fact that someone else reached out and was able to do that is very kind. Yeah. So definitely. 22Q Cat Lynn says, just ask me about those giveaways. They're always fun. Lynn's, you have to understand, Lynn is like an OG. She's been here like since the start. Lynn is awesome. Like Lynn knows more about probably like this guitar than I do. I think Lynn sometimes knows the words to my songs better than I do. Lynn's just awesome. So she's won a lot of Ash Wednesday giveaways because she's an OG. She's just awesome. But yes, she's a winner. Oh, Lacey says, I want so badly to be able to sing at my church, but I'm so scared to get up in front of everyone. Just wondered if you had any tips. I never sing in front of anyone, LOL. She also says, just have regular social anxiety, so that probably a huge contributing factor. Yes. I actually do have tips on this, because like I said, I think if it's something that you don't do a lot of the time, it is nerve-wracking. So for starters, don't feel bad if you have anxiety about it or if you're kind of like nervous. Don't feel bad because I think we all are first times that we would like get up to do something like this. It is nerve-wracking, right? It's Absolutely. Scary. So it's like, it's okay. And that's a very normal feeling. Yep. My tips would be if you can, if you want to like sing in front of people, for example, maybe you could pick a song and go through and not just play, like start by playing the song over and over and over, right? Like get it in your head to where you know this recorded version of a song. For example, I'm going to use Amazing Grace. Anything, but you just like, you listen to it over and over until you know the song inside and out. Then I want you to start basically singing along to the track to where then you would be able to sing along and it's flawless. Then take a lyric sheet. So like go online, print off the lyrics to Amazing Grace, figure out like where your breaths are and figure out like, oh, okay, so I breathe after this line and I do this after this line. And then what I would do, and this sounds like a lot, but trust me, it works. Then what I would do is once you have all that done, then try singing to the song a cappella, because that's actually a lot harder than you think. And once you can do that, I would maybe go somewhere like, if you could go to like a karaoke bar and sing whatever song you've rehearsed, or go to your church and say, hey, I would really like to play, Amazing Grace for you guys on a Sunday. However, you probably know your church and how it works better than we do. But my point in that is kind of like the tip is like, if you exercise that muscle and if you're so prepared to where not only you just know the words to the song, but you know where you're supposed to breathe, you know the melody, you know the song inside and out, and then you've done this thing where you can even sing it without a track, flawless. So I think that hopefully may help you just feel more confident. Because again, I think when people get stage fright and all, it's only because you haven't done it. And so you don't have the muscles built up to be confident. And so if you can basically be super confident and put in the work to build the muscle, then you become confident in things. And it's honestly something I do like all the time. Like, I get a little, I want to say nervous, but like I get concerned sometimes if I play a brand new song. Because it's like, okay, well maybe you sing for people all the time. Maybe you play guitar every day. Maybe you do whatever. But I'm like, ooh, okay, so this song is like brand new. I probably don't know where I'm supposed to breathe. I need to remember how I wrote the melody. I know I wrote the song, I probably am going to forget the words. So, like, new songs for me, if I haven't really practiced them to where I'm like, I at least remember how I wrote the song and how it's supposed to go, being the songwriter, that for me can be nerve-wracking because I don't have the confidence. It's like, oh yeah, I wrote this, 3 days ago, and now we're sitting here and I'm like, how do I start that? What do I do? So, hopefully that helps just build confidence, though. And feel free to come back if you have more questions. Let us know how it goes. But I think you're going to do great. It's just a matter of kind of building up muscles, and it's hard. So like I said, you got this. So do you have any tips on?
The first time you sing in front of somebody else should not be at your church. You should be in front of a friend. You should be in front of a family member. You should be in front of one person, because it does not matter how prepared you are. If the first time you ever sing in front of people is stepping up in front of a group of people that you already have social anxiety about performing in front of, you're not going to perform at a level that is going to make you feel happy about that.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to find people you trust, and you need to go through the process of performing, because all the stuff that Ash is telling you to do is great. That's going to make you a better skill-wise performer. But it is not going to give you the feeling of being more confident in actually performing in front of people. The only thing that does that is you have to go through the process of doing it. So find people that you trust and that you know are going to be supportive, and sing for them and go through that process of doing that multiple times, so that the first time you go to sing that song in front of somebody else is not on the day of your show. Because the first time you play something in front of someone or sing something in front of someone is the day of the show that you're trying to do, or the performance you're trying to do that you've been preparing for. It never goes according to plan. There's never going to be a single show in the entire world that ever goes 100% the way you want it to. It's which is fine. It's something that is just part of live music. But you have to know that going into it, and the only way to know that is to have experienced it before. So find a friend or 2 or 5 and perform something for them multiple times before you try to go do it someplace like that. And you'll feel a lot better about it when you go to do it then.
That is also really good advice. I think that's why I was saying maybe a karaoke bar.
Yeah, but the problem is karaoke bar is a bunch of strangers that you don't know. And if you already have social anxiety about performing, that's not any different, I don't think. For someone who's brand new, like me, when I had social anxiety, there's no way I would have gotten up at a karaoke bar and sang in front of people, ever. That would have made me lose my mind. So if you feel like you have social anxiety, don't put yourself in social situations that are maybe already causing social anxiety and then try to put more on top of it. Give yourself more freedom to be in a situation you are comfortable, where you can control every element of it. Practice that first. Then if you get comfortable doing that, then maybe the karaoke bar is the next step. And then if that's comfortable, then maybe doing the actual performance at church. But I don't think I would recommend you do a karaoke bar as your first round of this. You need to perform in front of people that you trust and that you know, and that make you feel supported the first time you do this, because social anxiety is absolutely something you can have control over and you can sort of overcome. And I have social anxiety, so I get it. You're not weird or wrong for that. It's just a thing you have to know how to manage. And if you want to learn to manage that, it's much easier by doing it little increments at a time. So my advice is find one person. Just be like, hey, I'm working on singing this. I've never sang in front of somebody. I would like to sing for you. I'm going to be nervous and it's going to feel real weird for me, but I've got to get that whole process over with, because the first time you do it is the hardest it'll ever be. So you have to put yourself in a situation where that first time of doing it is something that you can handle. And that'll make you feel a lot better about it. And then the second time you do it in front of that person, it gets a little easier. The third time's a little bit easier. And so keep doing that, and then maybe you can introduce more than one person and just work your way up. And don't think because you see other people singing in front of groups of 10 or 15 or 20 or 100 people that that's what you have to do the first time. Give yourself way more grace and freedom than that, and you can work your way through that initial anxiety a lot better.
Yeah.
That's my advice.
Good tips. I know for myself, I used to actually host karaoke down on Broadway. Fun little tidbit. I would play solo acoustic in the mornings. I then would go up at night and I would do host karaoke. And I know a lot of other singers do a thing where they actually go to karaoke bars to practice. So you don't want to like show up at a show or an event and, you know, not have played that song in front of anybody. So they'll come in and do karaoke. But
the benefit of the karaoke bar, once you've worked your way up to doing that, is it doesn't matter how good or bad you are.
Everyone's so drunk.
That's the benefit of karaoke, is it doesn't matter whether you're good or not. So there's really no pressure in terms of the quality of your performance in that scenario. So that's a great way to start practicing in front of a larger group of people, specifically maybe people you don't know or don't know very well. That's a really good way of doing that without the pressure of what if it doesn't sound good.
Yeah.
So
cool. Well, Lacey, come back. Keep us posted. We want to know. And she says, I was 13 when I sang my first solo at church. I was about 4'9" and stood behind the grand piano. No one could see me. Nice. Let's see. And your mom says, me too, Auntie. I was 6 when I sang my first solo at church. They told me to stand behind the pulpit. It was a foot taller than me. Oh, man, that's cute.
That'll do it.
Yep. Robert Neal, I love this. He says, I had crippling stage fright, but open mic crowds are so friendly and accepting. Yes, absolutely. Well, that's when you go to an open mic, that's a really good point, Robert. Like, everyone that's there is probably someone kind of newer, you know, at least. They haven't probably been doing this for a while, and they're just trying to get stuff out there. So they're all kind of nervous. And so that's really cool that they can go up in front of other people and be accepting and kind and have a good community.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's awesome. So I'm glad that you found that. I think it's great. Let's see. Carl Keto Dog says, the show must go on. Sick, well, good or bad, audience. Give it all you got and sell it. That's right, Carl. Exactly. Man, you nailed it. It's all you can do. Lots of people talking. Your mom has a question. What is the first time each of you sang in front of the public?
Oh, I mean, for me, probably sometime in church when I was a little kid when my mom pushed me up on stage and said, go do it. But I don't remember which one it was.
Oh, well, that's fair. So I have an older brother, Noah, who is really into musical theater. And when I was really young, we basically did a lot of stuff. So he now owns like a drama school and all. But we did for like a couple months, we were in a traveling... I guess you call it like a traveling play of the musical Les Mis. And so I basically played a very, very young Cosette. I did that, but I was very, very young, so I don't really remember that. And then when I got into music, like I didn't pick up a guitar until I was like 17. So I didn't start really getting into music in that way till later in life. And then even when I moved to town, I really moved here to be a songwriter, like not a singer. And so then people were like, nope, you're an artist. I'm like, oh, okay, what does that mean? So, like I didn't really do a lot of like the cover bands and stuff. Like I played guitar. I used to play bass in a Christian rock band. That's a fact you probably didn't know about me. We were terrible. I basically played root notes, if you know what those are. And our name was Jesus Saves. Very original, guys. Very original. But, you know, so I've done a bunch of different stuff in music, but I honestly don't, I guess the first time I would have actually, like, sung in front of people has, like, I don't know, like a singer, like an artist would have been when I moved to Nashville. So I was probably, like, 26. So I didn't get started till, like, way later. Which I know a lot of people are like, oh, yeah, we usually start all this, like, you know, when we're really young, but I definitely didn't. I did, like, the one thing, and then I was out, and, I was a tomboy, so I did a lot of other things and lived a lot of life, and then was like, nope, I really like doing this. So, but I think that's cool. I really enjoy, I think maybe because I got a late start, I really enjoy seeing kids like pick up instruments. And it doesn't matter how young or old you are. Like, I just think it's cool that like Lacey wants to go sing at church. I think that's awesome. Absolutely. I think that's really cool. When I see kids like, you know, picking out their first guitar or like learning how to play the drums or something, like I just think that is like the coolest thing. Even if they don't become like professional musicians or anything like that, like just for the fact of like I know the difference and the impact that like music has made on me and the joy that I get from like singing and playing an instrument and writing songs. And it's like even if all they ever do this for is a hobby, you can't beat that. Like, it's just brought me so much joy. I love to see other people get into it because it's so exciting. Thanks for the great question. Mar says, I love this. Check out the music on Spotify. Yes, my friend. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Trevor is here. He says, hello, my friends. Ash and Chris from Wichita, Kansas. Well, hello. And Lacey says, I also have a hard time using my own voice. It's so easy for me to mimic, and I don't want to do that. Yeah, that's a really, really common thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's also the advice, though, that I gave you where I was talking about going through and really learning the song and then playing it a cappella, because then you're not copying the track and you're not copying the singer on the track. You're doing it all by your own. So you're kind of forcing your hand to learn what your own voice is.
Yeah.
So that way you just don't sound like the track.
Yep.
Another
thing, Lacey, that's really good, record yourself and then play it back and listen to yourself doing it.
All the time, yeah.
Regularly.
And you're probably going to hate that advice because that can be painful sometimes.
It's very difficult.
Ask us how we know, but it is important. It is important.
It's very important.
Robert Renew says, also, doing it over and over and over again makes it easier each time. I agree with you about the muscle. Yep.
Absolutely.
Flexing it.
Yep.
Flexing it. Mar says he's watching from Brazil. Awesome, man. You're a long way away, buddy. But we are so glad that you are here. Cam is here. He's watching on Facebook. Cam, it's so good to see you. Lacey says, that's good. Thank you very much, both of you, for your tips and encouragement. Anytime, my friend. If you need anything, you holler at us. Amy is here. She says, driving and my sound isn't working. Oh, no. Well, that's a bummer. She can read lips.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, I guess not if you're driving. Don't do that. Don't do that, Amy.
Yeah, that wouldn't be smart.
We have our software that we use where we stream to everything had an update. So we had a couple little sound issues. So if you see these headsets, it's because I can't read the comments on my phone if I don't have these in, because you'll hear an echo. So I don't know. I don't like technology, guys. It's weird. Lacey says, I don't go to bars anyway. Maybe I'll join the choir first. Well, there you go. And Amy says, yep, I'm just getting out of choir practice. That's so cool. Oh boy. Auntie says, I was asked by some coworkers years ago to sing the national anthem at a Filipino-American group. I figured a cappella. Nope, they had karaoke CD in a key about 2 octaves higher than my usual. Oh gosh, Auntie, no. Man, Amy says, I've been singing for 30 years, played piano for 20 years, and I have sung solos at church and in performances. The nerves are crippling for me. I decided not to go to college for a piano performance because the nerves were so bad. I wish I could say mine got better, but I still have them after all these years. I sang backup in a band, but I prefer harmonizing in groups. And I love this. Lynn says, look at all you great singers. That's awesome. I can barely speak right, much less try to sing. Nope. Lynn, you're funny. No, but it's and I think that's the thing, like, Amy, I think that's so cool that you do that, but also, like, I think we all have different gifts. Like, so even if you're musical and you have different gifts, like, the way that Chris, like, plays guitar, like, I can play all the same notes that he does, but the way that he thinks about it and approaches it, like, it's so cool, and I have friends sometimes that, like, the way that they sing or, like, the way they play piano, it kind of is like what just makes you. And so if you know that about yourself, and as long as you're happy and you get to do music and you do what you love, I think that's really cool. I don't think everyone has to be some big, confident, big performer, big voice. Like, if you prefer to sing harmonies, I think that's awesome. Like, harmonizing in groups, I think that's super cool. Mm-hmm. Like, that's a skill that a lot of people actually don't have that you do, and I bet you're pretty freaking awesome good at it. Like, one of my favorite artists of all time is a lady named Brandy Clark. And I listen to a lot of, like, music podcasts, and I think Brandy Clark may be one of the best just, like, vocalists of, like, all time. I really do. Not because she has, like, a big voice or whatever, but it's the way that she delivers a song. Always makes me feel something. Always gets me in the feels. And her producer was given an interview and talked about this Grammy Award-winning record, and he said the thing that you need to know about Brandy is Brandy does not sing harmony. And he was talking about how she writes a song, and the way that she wrote that song is the way that she sings it. And she is all emotion, and, like, that's what she does. And so he had never worked with an artist like that before. Usually he would have the artist like do their own harmony parts. Not Brandy. She doesn't hear harmony. She doesn't do it. It's like, she's Brandy Clark, and this is what she does, and she does it really well. And so, but like, great example of someone who's very successful, but she would be like, hey, Amy, come sing harmony, because it's just not something that we do. So I think that's really cool, Amy. Thank you for sharing all that. And also, Lynn, I like how you're like, I can barely speak right, much less try to sing. I struggle to speak English, like, daily. I speak, Chris has a little note on his phone. He calls them ashisms, which is basically all the weird things that I say or that I tried to say and I mess up, and it's a lot of embarrassing, funny things that have blurted out of my mouth. It's fun. Maybe we'll share some of those someday. Let's see. Amy says, I really want to start playing piano again. I was really good. Girl, you should. Come on. Juju B is here. Hello, my sweet friend. She says, good evening. Guess you forgot what day it was. Well, I can't judge you. We forget what day it is sometimes, too. That's why we have reminders in our phone that tell us an hour or two before, like, oh yeah, we're supposed to be there. So, Lacey says, if it happens, I can share it. My church live streams every service. Please do, Lacey. Awesome. Please do. Janelle says, I'm a fish out of water here. I don't sing, but I have a daughter who is trained in classical opera. Janelle, that's so freaking cool. I think that's awesome. And then Lacey says, right, because we can't hear our own voice when we are actively using it. Very true. Very true.
Yeah, you cannot objectively understand how to feel better about the way that you perform if you don't know how you're performing, and you can't know how you're performing by trying to remember what you were doing while performing. I listen to every single performance we have that is recorded, all of these live streams, all of this kind of stuff. I'm always going back and watching myself play anything that I sing. I'm always listening to myself sing, and I'm always evaluating what I did well, what I want to improve, because it makes me feel a lot better having that information, so that the next time I go to do it, I know where my level of just aptitude in those various things really objectively sits.
Yeah.
Because I'm able to listen to it afterwards. Sometimes I think I sounded awful, and I listened to it and I was like, that's actually pretty good. And then sometimes I think I sounded really good, and I listened to it and I'm like, I don't ever want to sound like that again.
Let me also just address the elephant in the room. It does not matter if you're playing at church, if you're doing a live stream or whatever. Let's talk about sound systems.
Yeah.
Let's just put it out there. I sometimes will be on stage and think we must sound just absolutely freaking terrible, and I cannot hear anything that I'm doing. And then I get off and people are like, you were so great. And I'm like, I don't feel like I was. Like, was I? I think you're full of it. But then, like, we'll listen back to a video clip and it's like, no, okay, I guess we were pretty okay there. But, like, even, like, live streaming, like, we're constantly trying to figure out where to put mics and lights and, like, different things. But the way that it sounds in the room sometimes, and then, like, we go back and we listen to live streams, that's not what we heard. So it's really interesting. So I think that's kind of, again, where you just have to build up the muscle and then rely on that, because that also is why I think sometimes you can never really gauge how a show is going while you're on stage, because you're going to have bad sound, sometimes no sound at all. You're going to have, those things are inevitable. And so it's like the more you do it, whether you start small and you sing for one or two people and you move up, it's just part of the fun in the game.
Yep,
but
it's part of it.
Yeah, so it's an ever-changing, ever-growing piece of the puzzle. I mean, we're always trying to up our stuff, like, every single day.
It's the same thing, whether it's a live stream or whether it's on stage with a sound system or any of this stuff. You know, like, sometimes we'll do live streams and people are like, I can't hear you, it's not loud enough, this stuff, which I totally get, and I don't mind people letting us know, but then sometimes you get, comments that it's like, what was the deal? Why couldn't I hear you? What did you guys do? And it's like, I'm not sitting on your side of the computer, so I have no clue. Because I don't know what it sounds like. And it was the same thing with sound systems. Like, for the audience, I have no clue what it sounds like out there in the audience. You have to trust the sound man, and you have to trust the audience to hopefully be able to hear what they're supposed to hear. And you can only do what you can do with stuff you've got right in front of you. And that's why the more you go back and listen to what you've done, you start learning how to compare what you were hearing and what you felt like and what you remembered with what you actually then hear later on, and tweak things, whether that be our microphone settings or our lights as we look at live streams or videos or, just all of this different kind of stuff. Like, there's there's 100 different parameters that you can modify
Yeah.
to make different things happen. And so it's really helpful when you're trying to perform for the first time to, every time you possibly can, listen to your own performance and try to get an understanding for what was going on out there where you're not able to be there.
Very true. Very true. Cam is watching on Facebook, says, Ash, Western New York trip this summer, maybe hook up with the Osbournes or Ryan Bizzuto when he comes home. Dude, good for you, man. That sounds awesome. I hope you have a good trip. That's great. Juju B cracks me up. She's so funny. She says, I was told I'm so good with music today. No, I can play the radio and I do not sing on key. I sing in all the keys all at once. But kindergarten, special ed classes, I can totally rock some Itsy Bitsy Spider.
There you go.
Juju B, I want to tell you something. That is what the kids would call a banger of a song. All right, you just play Itsy Bitsy Spider. It's great. It's where it's at. Trevor, great question. He says, will you guys be coming to Kansas? I was just wondering. Trevor, yes, we might actually very well be coming there this year. We have talked to multiple venues. We're in the process of talking with them right now. It takes a lot of time to nail down dates and specific things of shows, and then you have to go through contracts and
doesn't always work out.
Yeah, there's different things. Also, sometimes because they need to promote shows and stuff, sometimes I know about things. Like there's shows right now that we're telling you guys about, not all, but some that I've known well like a year in advance, but I can't say anything until they give us permission to,
right,
out of respect for them so they can do their job and promote shows. But Trevor, stay up to date, my friend, and go on to my website, ashtaylor.com. There's a tour tab there. There's also my monthly newsletter. There's all kinds of stuff on there that you can join, but just keep an eye out on social media. I know you already follow me and all, but keep an eye out because yes, it very well does look like we will be coming to Kansas, and we would love to see you. Mm-hmm. So that would be a lot of fun. 22QCat says, Ashisms, we'd love to hear some of those. Oh, I bet you would, Lynn. I bet you would. You'd be like, who gave this girl a driver's license? What the hell is she trying to say? You probably think I'm drunk all the time, even though I'm sober. But yeah, I don't know. I just say funny, dumb things a lot of the time, and my husband just smiles and he pulls out his phone and Ashisms. So yeah, it's hilarious. Lacey says, haha, last week the pastor's son preached, went up to him to tell him good sermon. All that came out was the word good on repeat. It was so awkward. We've all been there.
I've done that.
We've all been there.
The worst is when I go up to say something to somebody and I'm thinking I'm going to say one thing, but then the last minute I'm like, oh, actually, if I said this, that would probably come across even better, like it would communicate it more clearly. And then I don't say either one, I just combine the two words.
Oh boy.
And so I end up saying something that's not a word, and it just combines into, like, if I say something, I'm trying to tell someone they did a good job, and I'm like, great job is the thing I'm thinking. And if I go, I go walking up to them and it's like, that was wonderful. And then I'm like, wonderful.
Wonderful. Yeah. I think we're all kind of guilty of that, though, guys.
I'm terrible at that. I do it all the time.
I think that entire reason that what you're describing is probably why Ashisms is a thing, because maybe I'm thinking one thing and my brain just doesn't catch up, especially if I'm tired or something, or I'm like, yeah. Mm-hmm. It's fun. It's fun. We've all been there, though. Sherry says, I never got stage fright for singing, but I did as a pro dancer, and once Nevada joined me, I could perform all day with her. We spent 15 years with cameras in our face. Oh, that's because you got the beautiful baby dog. I love that. And then let's see here. Yeah, Lacey says, I am horrible, socially awkward at times. LOL, it's a nervous thing. I'm still getting to know everyone. Well, it's all, you're in a judgment-free zone here. Just let's be clear on that.
You're not just in a judgment-free zone. You're in company of someone who's exactly the same way, and I understand. You guys have to understand, I may do a lot of stuff online and play guitar with Ash and tour and do all this stuff and be on stage and all this kind of stuff. I'm really well practiced and I'm really good at pretending that I'm good at this stuff. I am very, very socially awkward with high social anxiety. And if you are like, Chris, there's no way you have social anxiety, then I have done my job very well over the last 3 decades. Because I struggle hardcore. So Lacey, you are not alone. I am just very good at pretending I don't have that issue, but
Yeah.
I very much have that issue. So
We relate.
you're not
We get
you're
it. Yeah.
not alone. I understand.
Yeah, that's the thing
That's why I
too.
let her do all the talking when we're out on tour. I
Yeah.
play guitar, I pack the gear, and I keep my mouth shut.
Yeah, it works. I may say dumb stuff, but I don't feel like I really get socially awkward. But I did marry Chris, and Chris is we all know he's a genius and he's his thing. But I enjoy talking to people, and so, I just say dumb stuff and then I just own it. I'm just like, oh, I'm weird, sorry, and we just move on. But it's all good, Lacey. But just know here you're in a judgment-free zone, and we totally relate and understand. So you just be yourself around us, judgment-free. Don't get nothing. Let's see here. Amy says, if you guys ever need a gospel choir for backup, I can hook you up. Well, Amy, we may call you. Who knows? Janelle says, LOL, Chrisisms. I'll start a note in my phone.
I'm sure there's some of those.
Yep. Let's see. Carrie says, that's called social cocooning. Layers of distance for protection, normal.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Very good at that.
Yep, absolutely. Well, guys, we have been here for well over an hour, and we haven't even played a song. So I think we're going to play a song really quick. Let me tune up the old get fiddles here. So we actually had, like, right before we went live, probably like an hour or so before, we actually had a fan named Lisa who follows me over on Instagram, and she shot me a message, and she was basically saying that today is her birthday, which is super, super exciting, and she was going out to dinner and friends, but she was going to try to make the live stream. So Lisa, I don't know if you're able to make it to the live, but if not, she said she wanted to watch the replay, but she wanted to let me know that she doesn't always comment, but she loves to watch Ash Wednesdays, and she just is a big fan. But she was saying that her favorite song recently is my song Cake, and she said that she really related to it because a guy also stood her up on her birthday, and so she loved it, and she asked if you could play it for her since today's her birthday, and she said she was going to try to make it, so no pressure, but if you watch the replay, happy birthday. Also, let's see. Oh, Cindy says, can you guys sing happy birthday to Brian? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Brian. Happy birthday to you. And many more. Yep. Brian's birthday is Sunday. Oh my gosh. But yeah, so anyway, she asked me though if I could play this song for her birthday, and I said, you know what? I would love to. But if you guys don't know, I actually wrote this song because a guy that I was dating many, many years ago before I met this handsome devil actually stood me up on my birthday. And I was hanging out with some friends, and we were eating birthday cake and hanging out, and they were like, what are you going to do? And I said, well, hell, I don't know. I just want a man to look at me like I look at cake. And everyone laughed, and I was like, that's a song. So I wrote this song as a total joke. I never thought I'd play it out, and for a while it was one of my most requested songs and one of my most streamed songs. So be careful when you write songs. You may just have to play them a bunch the rest of your life, even if they're just meant to be funny. But excuse me, allergies are taking me out. But yeah, let's play a little bit of Cake for the birthday peoples. All right. And why can't a man look at me like I look at cake? Well, I'm in my party dress with frosting on my face. You left me all alone on my birthday. But it's alright, yeah, I'll be fine. And all that remains 'Cause I want a man to look at me like I look at cake. He can't stop himself from taking a taste. If you wanted me like a second piece, I'd have it made. Oh, I just want a man to look at me like I look at cake. Oh, why can't a man look at me like I look at cake? Woo! Why can't a man look at me like I look at cake? I made a lot of money off of that guy.
Let's not exaggerate. Not a lot of money.
It was a good. It was more than he gave me. Let me put it that way.
It was more. We're not wealthy.
It was before Chris. To be fair, he didn't see my royalty checks back then. It was a good amount.
So
I
you
said,
must have
hey.
spent it all before I met you.
Oh,
We ain't
dang.
got any of it
I'll
now.
tell you where all of it went.
The dog.
This dog right
Yeah.
down here, man. I was like, I don't know why, but I love that dog. Even if she farts right before we go live and traps us in the room, I love this dog. That's my dog.
It works for you, I guess.
She's still dead asleep, by the way. This dog is so calm. Chris and I like bang on guitars and we yell across the house and we're all loud, and she just sleeps, man. Let's see what we got going on. And by the way, Lisa, happy birthday, my friend. Thank you for requesting that. I hope that if you're here, awesome. If not, catch the replay. But happy birthday, and happy birthday to Brian. So many amazing people are having birthdays right now, and I love that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Let's see here. Becky Lou 5977 is here. She says, happy Ash Wednesday. Love you, Chris and Ash. Well, we love you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for tuning in. Seriously, it means the world. She goes, Lacey says, darn, I kept y'all busy. Sorry, I have to run. It's getting late for me. I'll finish watching tomorrow. Have a blessed evening. Thanks for all the advice and support. Hey, no big deal. Yeah, if you guys can't, tune in on Wednesday night, no big deal. Join when you can. There's always the replay. And if you guys leave a comment on the replay, I'll go back and say hello to you. So no problem at all. But thank you for being here. Thank you for your great questions. And we're here to love and support you. So keep us posted on what you got going on. Auntie says, great joke, Ash. Well, thanks, Auntie. I like to think that I'm funny. So maybe not always, but I like to think so. Sherry says, I think she found him. Yeah, this guy right here. Let's see here. Auntie was wondering, I was wondering if the loser guy has heard this song. Yes, one time he played before me in a show here in Nashville. And I didn't say his name or anything, but I played it and he knew it was about him. And yeah, you want to talk about a very socially awkward situation. It was very awkward. But, it is what it is.
When you got balls that small, things will catch up to you. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, man, I dodged a bullet with that one. Yes, Nashville's a very small town, so it's you just really should just be nice to everybody. Mm-hmm. It's there's just no reason to be mean for any reason.
Don't play stupid games. You'll win stupid prizes. That's just the way it works.
It's just the way it works. Cindy says, right, she surely did, Sherry. Cindy, you're a sweetheart. Give Brian some love for us. I want to know what Brian's going to do for his birthday on Sunday. How are we celebrating? Mm-hmm. What's going on? I need to know. Rockin' Keto Amy says, I would rename the song to Steak, LOL. Yeah, well, that was before we went low carb. But yes, we intentionally do that. I want a man to look at me like I look at steak. Yeah, we've done it. It's fun. We have to write low carb remixes to songs. It's dumb. Carrie says, absolutely adorable. I can see the video. Well, thanks. Holly Springer said, to be fair, Chris just might make her cake out of steak. Not wrong. Have you met the guy? Wild. Sherry says, oh, that's good, Amy. She needs to write another verse. Maybe we will. Who knows? 22Q Cat is laughing. She says, I made a lot of money off of that song. Ha ha ha. Take that, old loser boyfriend. That's right. Sherry says, I know, Holly, don't give Chris any ideas. Yeah, careful, man. It gets a little weird in this house.
It does.
Yep. Robert O'Neill says, loved cake. Awesome. Well, thank you, Robert. I'm so glad you're here, man. Appreciate you. And Rockin' Keto Amy says, woohoo, love it. Well, guys, we love all of you, and we so appreciate you guys being here with us. Oh, I'm sorry. Hit your hand. Gosh, I'm beating you up. I'm sorry.
I'm used to it.
Yeah. But guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for tuning in. We have been here for an hour and almost 20 minutes according to my clock, so we probably should let you guys go. We probably should go get to bed because we need sleep. We're actually going to be going into the studio tomorrow morning, and we're going to be finishing up mixing what will be our next single, and I'm really excited about that. So lots of good things in the works, lots happening here. But thank you guys for taking the time to tune in, spend your Wednesday evening with us. We love all of you so much. And we'll see you guys next Wednesday, 7 Central, 8 Eastern. Remember, next week, we're going to be doing a giveaway that night. So be sure to tune in pretty early and to stick around because we got fun stuff we're going to be giving away. But yeah, I think that's everything, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I forget. All right, guys, check out tourdatesashtaylor.com, and we'll see you guys next week. God bless. Bye.